Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, wrestling fans, sports entertainment fans, welcome to the No Shave Man Cave. I'm Ellie Jair. Hey, check it out. I'm here. We're getting ready to do this rundown, and we are getting ready for so many pay-per-views and premium live events. And I know we're all clamoring and trying to balance our budgets, figuring out what show we're going to go to. And now dig this. WWE recently came out with a notice that they're essentially going to be doing counter programming on Saturdays. Bro, that is counter programming, right? So their premium live events will go on Saturdays, which ironically enough is when Collision goes. So now you're going to have Collision, your WWE pay-per-view, and then your Sunday will be the pay-per-views from AEW. I'm like, okay, that works, I guess, in some perverse world, right? So you have Impact, who generally does a pay-per-view on Friday, because they have a tendency to sort of piggyback when wrestling is already in town. They have been doing a lot of stuff in Canada, and that's working for them. So I mean, why mess with it? They have a great product that is so enjoyable. I'm still trying to figure out why they made the decisions they made with the titles, but I think that's just going to add a little bit more heat to Scott D'Amore and to your former world heavyweight champion, Mr. Macklin, Devil Dog himself. So it's going to be something that you're going to want to keep your eye on as a wrestling fan, because that Impact action is going to start getting even more interesting than it already is. Now, on top of that, you're going to have Impact Multiverse, which is going to be August 20th. And that is going to be with New Japan for Impact in New Japan. And that is going to be a blast. That is going to be in Philadelphia as well, which is also going to be where WrestleMania 40 is going to be. So get your tickets, get ready to go, because that is going to be a banger. We'll work on we'll get the card starting to take shape. Hopefully, Monet can at least be part of the show, because she's a big part of the attention grabbing, and she put on a couple of bangers before she got hurt. So hope everything goes well there. We're gonna back it up a few days to August 5th, because we're gonna have in Detroit, Michigan, we are going to have SummerSlam. Now, SummerSlam, to me, what I think will be one of the main events, if not the main event. You're going to have Cody Rhodes and Brock Lesnar in a bull rope match, and hopefully that'll close that chapter out in the hard time category, and Cody can start moving one step closer to finishing the story. So that I think is going to be a lot of fun. You have a lot that's going to build up between now and then. You're going to have Money in the Bank, which is right around the corner, in a couple of days, in about a week's time. So that card is starting to take place, or starting to take shape. Money in the Bank, all of the competitors are laid out. My pick for Money in the Bank is going to be LA Knight on the men's side, and Io Sky on the women's side. And I wouldn't, Jay Tilly was saying that he's going to feel a certain kind of way if Logan Paul ends up winning it. I get it, put some eyes on the prize, but what would be a lot of fun is if Ricochet and Logan Paul end up kind of, counting each other out, or, distracting each other on what the real prize is, and that starts a feud. That would be a good program. Help move Ricochet up the card a little bit. And all of this is building for Impact Wrestling on their Slammaversary, which is their version of their WrestleMania. And I think it's going to really, really deliver, especially because Impact is going to be just coming back from their tour over in Australia. So they're going to do a 2-week tour. I'm sure they're going to have some great feuds. I think they'll bring out some Australian stars that we haven't seen. I think it'd be cool if we saw the Iconics come have a showing, do some good piece of business, and that I think that would be a lot of fun. So we'll definitely keep our eye on that. We also have with NXT, they've got a Gold Rush event getting ready to go on, and I think all of the pay-per-views that have been occurring over on the NXT side have been above average or excellent, and it's just, and this Gold Rush isn't even necessarily a pay-per-view. This is, or a premium live event. It's just non-stop action, and I'm thoroughly enthused with what NXT's got going on over there with their championships. Carmelo Hayes doing a lot of good work. You've got Braun Breaker challenging Seth frickin' Rollins for the world title tonight. Seth Rollins just got beat from pillar to post, so he's going to limp in to NXT tonight. So that'll be interesting to see what comes of that. But I tell you, now is a great time to be a wrestling fan, because any show that you sit down and watch, and if you give it a fair shot, you're going to see something or someone that you can really hang on to and go, you know what? I dig that. I dig that. You can leave that in the locker room. The boys and girls are doing great work. Creative sucks. I don't like the way it's filmed. Whatever it is that you're going to do, however you're going to feel, please feel that way, because it's only going to make the product to you something that is consumable for you. Now, Jay Tilley and I, we were sitting at work today, and he looked at me like a kid in a candy store, like the Cheshire Cat himself. And he said, "You know what's coming up?" I was like, I don't know specifically. I mean, we're going to be recording tonight. I'm pretty excited about that. He's like, and he smiles ear to ear. He's like, "Dude, Forbidden Door is coming up." Now, if you've been living under a rock, Forbidden Door is a term that has been reserved for what happens with wrestling companies. When you work for one company, you can't necessarily go to work with another one because it's just forbidden. That door's closed. Well, Tony Khan said, bump that. We're going to have a show. And the first one was last year in Chicago, and I was there with Jay Tilley, and it was electric. I'm talking electric. And, fortunately, everything has worked out since then. That was the unfortunate evening where Adam Cole got injured during the match, and it was a fantastic match, and it was just terrible. And to see Adam Cole in the ring putting on 5 stars, five-star bangers, it's really warms a wrestling fan's heart, right? So let's run through this card at Forbidden Door, and I'm a wrestling fan. I like AEW, I like WWE, I like New Japan, MLW. I'm a junkie for Lucha Underground. If I can get a hold of some Lucha Underground, I'm gonna sit down and just take it all in, and I'm completely unapologetic about that. Now, here's just the appetizer. It might be the main course, but if you're on the fence and you're not sure if you're going to drop $50 for this, let's start off with Bryan Danielson and Okada. Who else got goosebumps? Besides me, right? Now you have the IWGP World Championship Open Challenge. Sonata came out and said, "I'm going to be at Forbidden Door. I'm challenging anyone." And Jungle Jack decides, you know what, I'm going to throw my name in the hat. A little far-fetched, and I feel a certain kind of way about this because he didn't win his match at the pay-per-view when they did their 4 Pillars match. I'm not going to hate on him because he was the first one to step up and go, you know what, I'm going to represent AEW the right way against the world champion over in Japan, and that IWGP World Heavyweight title. Now, this year we've seen some excellent matches, and a few of them could easily go into the category of 5 and 6 star matches. And one of those matches was absolutely the match between Kenny Omega and Will Ospreay when Kenny Omega won the IWGP Championship, United States Championship, the most beautiful title, which is right here over my shoulder. I love that title. Now, that was like breathtaking. The match itself was freaking fantastic. No other way to put it. I'm sorry. I'm not sorry. Fantastic match. You're going to get part B. Now, I personally think that Will Ospreay will come up short and Kenny Omega will leave your IWGP United States Champion, because that's going to set up for them to meet at All In. So, hey, not a bad problem to have, because we're going to get the trilogy right there in England, and I think Will Ospreay will walk out of there the United States champion, and I think that'll be fantastic. Then you have Tanahashi challenging MJF. Now, say what you want about MJF, say what you want about, the different types of wrestling and who's doing what to who and what you like and what you don't. It's frickin' Tanahashi. This guy delivers morning, noon, and night, twice on Sunday, and man, this is gonna be something else. And I really think if you want to catch a wrestling show and it's going to have a little bit of everything, I personally think if you're going to sit down, drop $50, this is the show that you're going to want to drop $50 on. Now, if you're going to spring to go to a show somewhere, so unfortunately this one's in Canada. Not unfortunately because it's in Canada, but unfortunately I can't travel to go to Canada. I have a passport and everything, just time permitting, right? This show is going to be one for the ages, and it's on a Sunday. Show will probably get over around midnight, and I'm just going to have an extra cup of coffee when I go to work. Woe is me. So it is going to be something that I think a lot of us will remember when we sit down and go, this relationship with AEW and New Japan is freaking phenomenal. So all that to say, Impact has got a bunch of pay-per-views coming up, and they are really delivering. It's July 15th right there in Ontario, Canada, is Slammaversay, and it's gonna be a good one. So definitely get your tickets, grab wherever you're gonna sit down and watch the event. If you're gonna grab it on Fight, or if you're gonna get it at Impact Wrestling, right there off the webpage, you can get it as well. And then Ring of Honor is on the 21st, and that I think will be a really fun show. You're gonna see every title defended, and they are gonna absolutely deliver. So definitely pack a lunch, sit back, relax, and watch Samoa Joe put in work. And you might want to set some time aside, because that's going to be a really good show. And then New Japan Strong, they're right here in the United States. They're doing a lot of good stuff. And they have a show in Japan, which is going to be kicking off too, all of those shows in Japan are phenomenal. And now that they're able to cheer a lot more, really makes it super interesting. But, we've talked about Forbidden Door, which is right around the corner. It's just in a few days. The one that is right around the corner for the World Wrestling Entertainment juggernaut. It's going to be a really good show. You've got your Money in the Bank ladder match for the women. You've got Becky Lynch, Bayley, Io Sky, Zelina, Zoe Stark, and Trish Stratus qualified last night. So that's going to be locked up. That's going to be a lot of fun. You have Shinsuke Nakamura Damian Priest, Santo Escobar, LA Knight, Ricochet, Butch, and Logan Paul going for the men's ladder match. So far I'm calling Io Sky for the women and LA Knight, yeah, for the men's side. They're going to put a rocket on this guy, and it is going to be, it's going to be something else. And then we'll have Cody Rhodes and Dominic Mysterio, where I think what will happen here is Brock Lesnar will come and screw Cody. Dominic will get the win, and he is going to become even more of a shit heel. But hey, it is what it is, and I'm here for it. I think that's going to be pretty fantastic. And then we have the Civil War, the Bloodline, Roman Reigns, Solo Sikoa against the Usos, and Jimmy and Jay are going to have their hands full, and I don't know how this is going to turn out. I want to say Jimmy and Jay walk out the victors, but I mean, how do you bet against the tribal chief? So we'll see what happens. What happens there? There's going to be a couple other matches I think will make their way to the card just because they're not going to go to England and not roll out McIntyre, Sheamus, and a couple of the other European stars. I think that would only. I think there'll be a little bit more. Something will happen with Gunther, potentially get him on the card as well, and much deserved. This guy needs as much camera time as we can give him because he is killing it over there for the WWE. And last but not least, the main event: Seth Rollins versus Finn Balor. And after what Finn Balor did this past weekend, Monday Night Raw, it's going to be something to keep your eye on. And who knows what will happen because everyone for the Judgment Day is going to be involved on this pay-per-view. I believe you're going to have Natalya challenge Rhea Ripley one more time and somehow try and turn her luck around from those squashes that she's been dealing with lately. So good luck to her. And didn't like seeing her getting throttled the last two matches, once in Saudi and then this past Monday night. So we've got a lot of wrestling, a lot of sports entertainment, and there's something for everyone. So if you like it, enjoy it. If you haven't given it a chance, please give it a chance. Take a look. Shoot us a message at No Shave Man Cave. And hey, Ellie Jer, your opinion sucks. I like this type of wrestling. You know what? Tell you what. Let me sit down. Let me check it out. Hey, you're right. I don't necessarily think New Japan or MLW suck, but I see what you like about GCW. I didn't give it a chance. I don't like a lot of blood in my wrestling, but hey, this one was a great story and it was a lot of fun. And I've been missing out. I really sold myself short, or whatever we're going to come up with. So with that, friends, fam, I'm going to head out because we got some more shows to drop, just like we're trying to do every day. And at a minimum, we'll see you on Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays. And we're going to be live on the Fantasy Sports Corp every Saturday from 8 to 9. Come check us out. We're right there on YouTube. We're right there on Rumble. And you will get everything that you're looking for in that sports entertainment pro wrestling world. And we may squeeze in a little bit of bourbon talk as well. So until next time, friends, fam, take care of yourselves, take care of each other, and we'll see you on the floor.